You wanted to speak with me, mother?
아, 얘 엄마였어? 저번에 들었던 것 같은데 기억이 안 나네.
Your message mentioned your concern about an unusual creature that was spotted in the woods near Hogsmeade. That could have been anything.
You know what it was, Natsai.
I am allowed to leave the castle. I am always careful, mother.
Careful. Officer Singer disagrees. She sent me an owl telling me
근데 엄마가 교수 개사기다.
evidence of some
부럽다,
kind
야.
against dark wizards. She berated me for not keeping a closer eye on you, and she is right. I do not want you visiting Hogsmeade for the near future.
But mother,
My little
그래, 여기 있어. 나도 너랑 다니기 싫어.
But you must not meddle in the affairs of dangerous people.
if someone had meddled in Matabeleland, father would still be with us.
I must get to class. Perhaps your friend can get you to
아, 왜 저한테 그러세요?
So frustrating. She never listens to me.
She called you her.
엄마 말 들어, 이 새끼야.
Is that a term of endearment where you're from?
It is specific to me. I am the unusual creature in Hogsmeade she mentioned. Self-transfiguration is not taught at Hogwarts, so I am gently discouraged from
애니마구스?
However, I am an animagus, and it is in my gazelle form that I have been able to wander the highlands rather freely until now, much to my mother's chagrin. That is how I managed to spy on Rookwood and Harlow.
어떻게 애니마구스가
Were
됐어?
you born an animagus, or did you learn to become one?
Animagi are not born. The process is quite elaborate. It involves holding a mandrake leaf in one's mouth for an entire month, then placing the leaf in a crystal vial
난 절대 안 해야겠다.
with moonlight, then adding one of your own.
찍찍님 안녕하세요?
And that is just the beginning. Self-transfiguration is common among students at Wagadu, but Professor Weasley considers it much too dangerous to teach at Hogwarts.
그래.
Now the nickname makes.
아, 근데 내가 지금 여기서 너랑 왜 대화해야 돼?
ability to have.
It is. I love transforming, but Mother is less enthusiastic about it. She says that no creature, especially one as rare as a gazelle, should be bounding about.
그러게, 그러다 밀렵꾼한테 총 맞지.
She claims that she has foreseen tragedy befall me in my gazelle form. But she has used her sight to control me too many times. I no longer believe it.
어머니 말씀이 옳아.
She's concerned for your safety. It may be best for you to stay away from Hogsmeade for now.
That may be safe, but I do not believe that it would be best. Do you? You could have
내
fled
생각?
the moment you discovered that Rookwood, Harlow, and Ranrock were after you. But you didn't.
아니, 그거야 내가 존나 세니까 그렇지. 너랑 달라.
I must deal with Rookwood and Harlow, not hide from them. My mother.
얘 나 따라하다가 뒤지겠다.
Thank you for being here during that rather awkward.
내가 얘랑 이딴 얘기하려고 여기까지 온 거였어? 돼. 어우, 이걸 죽여 그냥 살려. 쓸데기 없는 얘기하고 있어. 로드곡은 호그와트 남쪽에 있는 고블린 광산에서 만나자고 했다. 올 때 고블린어를 할 줄 아는 사람을 데리고 오라고 했다. 이건 뭐지? 필요 없어, 안 해. 아미시면은 저번에 나 망원경 줬던 앤가? 약간 인도 사람 같이 생기네? 가자. 계십니까? 별 구경하고 있나? 안 놀랬지. 사실 살짝 놀랬어요. 맞네, 이 새끼.
Hello, Armid. Do I recall you saying that you speak gobbledygook?
I did. I mean, I do. Speak it. Is this to do with the
야,
goblin
그걸 어떻게 알지?
in Hogsmeade?
It is. His name is Lodgok. We could use your help with something. He's waiting for me near a goblin mine. Would you be willing to help?
Of course. How exciting. I mean, well,
호기심은 많은데 겁도 많아 이
I think
새끼는.
he simply wants to show me something that involves gobbledygook. If it helps, he's a friend of Sirona's.
good to hear. Good to hear. If Sirona trusts him, then I feel much better.
얼마나 잘하는데?
You said you know,
원어민 수준이야?
but how well?
I've been reading it for as long as I've been reading English. My parents
오,
had
그럼
an
개
extensive
잘하겠네.
library. Once I grew bored with the classics, I devoured goblin writings. I'd tell you some
아니,
titles,
지금 영어도
but
이렇게
you wouldn't
잘하는데.
understand them.
가자.
Lodgok is waiting. Should we go?
Of course. I just want to check the pronunciation of a couple of key terms first. So I will meet
왜
you
이렇게
there.
믿음이 안 가냐 얘는? 아무튼 저번에 망원경도 주고 좋은 애는 맞아요. 어디 있을까? 잠깐만, 아이템 좀 팔아야 되나? 아, 괜찮네. 몇 개 없네. 바로 가버렸. 야, 이렇게 멀리까지 가야 돼? 야, 걔가 쫄만하다. MMA님 안녕하세요? 아유, 죄송합니다. 남의 집에 와가지고. 가자!
Away, Highwing! Away!
오랜만에 우리 하이윙 타봐야지. 아, 근데 얘는 인간적으로 너무 느리다. 이게 빨리 가는 거 아니야 지금. 저번에 드래곤 같은 거는 못하나? 은근 똑똑해가지고 걔도 길들일 수 있을 것 같던데. 내려. 스탑. 내려 이 새끼야. 저 왔어요 아저씨.
A friend who speaks gobbledygook is meeting us. Before he arrives, perhaps you could tell me why we're here?
Of course. Unfortunately, presenting
내 이럴 줄
the
알았다.
helmet of Urtkot did not have the effect I'd hoped. Because he knew the details surrounding its plunder, he presumed I'd had help from a witch or
아니
wizard
도움을
who
받았던 안 받았던 투구를 찾아줬으면 된 거 아니야?
How else did he expect goblinkind to get the helmet back? Seems he has no interest in making amends with you.
마법사를 얼마나
I'm afraid
혐오하는
we do
거야.
not have the luxury of rational expectation when it comes to Ranrock. Damn Bragbor and his blasted journals.
Bragbor?
An ancestor of Ranrock's, renowned
랄록의 조상
If
브라그보?
we are to work together, I suppose I must tell you more. Not long ago, Ranrock sent me to collect a recently unearthed set of Bragbor's journals. They described repositories that Bragbor had been commissioned to build for a group of witches and wizards.
What do you mean, repositories?
Large, magically fortified receptacles crafted from
거기 가면은 템 좀 먹겠는데?
Ranrock recruited others to help me locate the repositories. We were to search anywhere that was connected to 5 names mentioned in the journals.
아니 우리 교수님들인데.
Fitzgerald, Bakar, Morganach, and Rookwood.
Rookwood Castle.
That is where we began our search.
Why does Ranrock care so much about these repositories?
He cares about what they contain. For centuries, wizards have refused to share their.
아니 그 저장소 안에 뭐가 있길래?
Your kind will not even let us carry wands. Thus, many goblins, myself included, have spent our lives mistrusting wizard kind. Ranrock was convinced that the repositories contained a magical
마법의 힘이 저장소에 들어있다? 내가 먼저 가가지고 힘 흡수해버려야겠다.
determined to take it for goblin kind. But
Here
he's
comes my friend Amit. Probably best to continue our conversation later.
맞아, 저 새끼 입 쌀 것 같아.
Greetings, Lord Gok. It is an honor, sir.
you speak gobbledygook.
한번 보여줘 유창하게.
Oh, Bacalio.
Enough.
아이씨,
Don't tell me that was meant to be gobbledygook.
못 알아듣잖아.
Well, yes. Perhaps my pronunciation was a bit off. I imagine certain dialects differ.
Pronunciation is not the issue.
언어 같다고도 못
Recognize
느꼈대.
that as language. I trust you can read gobbledygook better than you can
읽기도
speak.
못하면 이 새끼 그냥 죽이자.
I can, sir.
되네?
Lodgok.
오케이.
Just Lodgok. Thankfully, we only need someone who can decipher written plans, since I cannot join you in the mine.
What written plans? And why can't you come with us?
We need some idea of what Ranrock knows or is plotting. I suspect a careless loyalist may have left plans behind. And I'm unable to join you because
이 아저씨 나중에 랄록한테 들키면 어떡하려고 진짜.
All you need to do is not be seen.
다 보고 있을 것 같아 이렇게 담소 나누는 거. 아무튼 준비됐어요.
I'll meet and I can do this.
I will await your return.
어디 좀 숨어서 기다려.
I shall see you soon.
고블린 광산? 일단 이거부터 찍어놔야겠다. 빠른 이동 못 참지. 그렇지. 어디 얼마나 잘 돼 있나 보자.
The door is looking at us.
아, 나 저이 씨. 이제 이런 데도 있어.
Yes, of course.
아, 근데 이거 아무짝에도 쓸모없는 게 일반 학생들도 다 투명 써요. 멍청한 놈. 개나 소나 다 쓰는 걸.
Folks so rarely prepare one for reality. A real goblin mine. It's even grander.
너 때문에 걸릴 수도 있거든? 닥치고 따라와. 있나?
I cannot believe I met a goblin.
아니 경비병이 없네?
Let's just learn what we can and get out.
Look at this lift.
저 이건 저번에 해봐서 알고.
For so simple a device.
Impressive workmanship aside, it's the only way forward.
이거 초반에 금고 나왔던 데처럼 엄청 발전돼 있네요. 이 고블린들이 이런 건설을 잘하네. 아, 열렸구나. 쏘리.
I still think we're inside a real goblin mine.
어떻게 된 거야? 됐다. 뭐야? 어? 길이 아닌가? 아, 아니구나. 아, 제발 퍼즐 요소
Read about
적어라.
lives like this, but seeing one is something else
그렇지.
altogether.
이 퍼즐이 있어봤자 확실히 가도부어에 비해서는 거의 초딩 수준이라 괜찮습니다.
I'll meet you. You'll need to stay close to me.
바로 앞에 있는
I've got
있네.
worse enemies than these.
투명 써 이 새끼야.
Good at sneaking about. You'll see.
잠깐만 여기서 한 명만 내 편으로 만들어 볼까? 바로 걸리려나? 아이 씨발 잘못 썼어. 오케이. 이러면 우린 못 봤을 거 아니야. 저 새끼 싸움 더럽게 못하네. 한 대를 못 때려. 뭐해 임마. 왜 공격을 하네? 내가 도와줬다. 저 병신 저거. 더럽게 약하네. 어디 저주를. 꺼져. 나 왜 이래? 그렇지. 잠깐만.
That was a little more than I'm used to.
I'll get us through here safely.
저주 상태에서
You have my word.
뒤치기가 되네? 아니 그럼 이거 개사기 스킬 아닌가? 다시 써봐야겠다.
By a door.
아, 나 저런 미친.
I'll be quiet.
그만 쳐다봐, 죽이기 전에. 이거 저주 자주 써야겠다.
Incendio.
I feel like a character from one of the adventure books I read during the summer holidays.
마음껏 즐겨라. 내가 보기엔 여기서 너 못 빠져나가. 죽을 것 같아.
Let's take a look around, Arnit. See if we can find any plans.
조심조심.
Bound to be plans around here somewhere.
이게 뭐야?
A schematic. They're
뭘
building
만들고
something.
있어?
I can't quite make it out. Curious. I will get to the bottom of what they've been building down here.
원체 이 새끼들이 건설을 잘하니까. 나 어디로 가야 되냐? 일단 너넨 좀 죽어야 될 것 같아. 컷! 못 봤지? 멍청한 놈아. 나와 이 새끼야. 안 나와? 아이 이 새끼 때문에 척 걸렸네. 개사기다 이거 저주. 아 진짜 뒤잡대는 거 생각도 못했는데.
Fascinating to see gobbledygook written
이게
in
뭔데?
goblin hand. The flourishes
빨리
are
해석해봐.
extraordinary. Let me know if you see any more plans or schematics. We can't return to Lodgok empty-headed.
별로 도움이 안 되는 것 같은데?
If I'm translating this correctly, and I think
꽤
that I
큰
am,
무언가를
they're
만들고
building
있다.
very rather large. But
아,
what?
뭘 만들길래 그래?
There must
공성무기
be
만드나?
roads around here. What could they be building? Right. Don't wish to be
진짜
seen.
뒤지게 많네. 아 이건 무쌍 찍어야겠다. 안 되겠다. 내 편이 되라. 넌 꺼지고. 죽어! 물건 존나 던져줄게. 너 왜 이렇게 싸움을 못해 이 새끼야? 존나 잘 막네? 아프지? 나가 죽어버려. 무조건 내 편 하나 있어야 돼. 그렇지. 안 맞았지. 개멍청한 새끼. 꺼져. 그렇지. 아 이게 내 편으로 만들면 싸움을 못하는 건가? 그렇지. 안 맞아. 너 왜 안 싸워 이 새끼야? 그렇지. 빨리 죽어버려. 끝.
Oh, this really is too much.
Stay close. I've handled much worse.
Another boiler.
물약 안 먹어도 되긴 하는데 물약이 너무 많네. 좀 먹어야겠다. 이러고 어디로 가야 돼? 이거 들어가도 되는 거야? 빨리 란록 새끼 좀 보고 싶다. 1대1로 뜨자. 이제 내가 이길 것 같은데. 저주 맞으면 꼼짝 못해. 바로 숨었죠? 아 너무 많아. 이거 무쌍 찍어야 돼. 그나마 저 두 건 쓴 새끼가 강하지 않을까? 너 내 편 되라. 그렇지. 싸워! 아 이 새끼가 뒤치기를 그냥 싸가지 없이. 이거 막으면 안 되는데. 뒤질 뻔했네. 그만해! 아, 좀 제대로 좀 싸워봐. 이제 아픈데, 얘네한테 맞으면? 막았지, 이 새끼야. 또 막았지, 이 새끼야. 비겁한 새끼들밖에 없어. 빨리 일로 내려와. 맞다니까. 야 석궁 던지는 새끼 어딨어. 좀 세 보이는 새끼. 아무나 내 편 대라 빨리. 죽어버려. 나 이 쓰레기 새끼가 근데 이 새끼 지휘관이었구나. 이 새끼 우리 편 만들걸. 터져버려. 안 터지네? 그렇지. 잘가. 야 아미사 너 싸우고 있냐? 너 뒤치기로 죽여줄게. 또 있구나. 죽어. 그렇지. 야 마지막 남은 새끼 죽일 때 이거 스킬 개좋다. 아이고 브로카님 안녕하세요. 땡기고. 저 새끼가 쳐다보고 있으니까 또 투명 써. 눈 떠 이 새끼야. 그렇지. 아니 너 왜 이렇게 잘 만든 거야? 이거 저주 관련 스킬 좀 올릴게요. 이거 진짜 올려야겠다. 의둠에 있을 거야. 피해 저주. 저주받은 모든 대상이 데미지를 입는다. 수두패 파이로 적에게 저주와 같은 효과를 건다. 밀쳐내기 저주? 저주 지속시간. 근데 이 저주는 잘 안 쓰는 건데? 느린 저주. 아니 이거 잘 안 쓰는데 크루시오? 조종당하는 적은 당신이 공격에 성공할 때마다 다른 적을 공격합니다. 이거다. 필수야. 너 공격을 뒤지게 하네. 아니 이게 드릴이야? 잠깐만 이거. 아니 뭐 하려는 거야? 뭔 소리야? 뭐 한 번에 나가는 지름길 같은 거 없어요? 그냥 그대로 돌아 나가야 되나? 아닌가? 뭐 없을까요? 이건 뭔데? 이거 엘베 아닌가? 엘베 맞네. 야, 이 새끼들 드릴을 만들고 있어? 나 왜 이렇게 징그럽게 생겼냐? 아니 드릴로 뭔 짓거리 하려고. 여긴 또 뭐야? 못 열고.
We're almost out of here, aren't we? Look, the lift.
승강기?
Come sight indeed.
아 깜짝이야. 아니 뭔가 나만 원하는 게 아니었네. 나 잡아오라 그래가지고 나만 원하는 줄 알았는데.
Can we please talk about what...
That wasn't so bad, was it?
It was. It really was. I'm afraid I've had enough adventure for one day.
그럼 돼, 이
For a
새끼야.
lifetime, perhaps.
Thank you.
농사나 지어.
I couldn't have done it without you. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to have a word with Lodgok.
Understood? I'll leave you to it. Your goblin secrets are safe with me. But I get to
그 도와줘서 고맙긴 한데 같이 다니진 말자. 너 너무 답답하다. 쌈도 더럽게 못하고. 아 좀 멀리서 기다리지. 너 걸리면 어떡하려고.
They're building enormous drills. We found their plans. Ranrock must be searching for the repositories.
I fear you are correct. Other than Rookwood Castle, however, I do not know where else.
아니 뭐 성을 완전히 박살낼 생각이야 드릴로?
About something else you said before we entered the mine.
Yes.
If you share Ranrock's views, then why are you helping me?
얘도 완벽하게 믿으면 안 돼.
Be deserted when I arrived to begin my search. So was surprised to find a witch
스파이일 수도 있어.
a sort of improvised research site. She was studying something so intently that she almost didn't notice me. When she looked up, I thought she would react with fear
마녀?
or disdain.
설마 이사도라?
But instead she did something that I will never forget. Without a moment's hesitation, she smiled and asked me to sit with her. She told me that she was a researcher and showed me a small, oddly shaped container with
그게
a
뭔데?
strange symbol on it. She was certain it was made of goblin metal but was unable to open it. She wanted to work together.
Miriam.
미리암?
Yes. But how did you
어디서
find
들어본
the
것 같긴 한. 아 피그
Told me of her
아내구나.
research, and I know of the container.
The reverence with which she talked of
이 마법사들이 보통 고블린 싫어하는데 걔는 좀 마음을 열었네요.
entirely off guard. I'd never been treated with such respect by a witch or wizard. So, to my surprise, I let her study the container if she would allow me to search the castle on my own. We parted ways, with her promising to share what she'd learned.
코 존나 크다.
Ranrock's recruits arrived, and we began to dig, eventually locating the first repository. Ranrock was thrilled with our discovery, but furious when I told him about Miriam.
설마 그래서 쫓겨났어?
Berated me for trusting a witch, and I heard she had been killed.
You think Ranrock murdered her?
I don't want to believe it.
그럼 어떻게 보면 로드곡이 랄록한테 말 안 했으면 안 죽었겠네.
After that, something shifted in me. I had seen how the power from the repositories was transforming Ranrock, transforming all of them. I could no longer remain a part of it.
Thank you, Lodgok, for telling me
야 이거
this.
피그한테 말해줘야겠다.
I tell you all of this so that you understand what is at stake.
차단하지 못할 거다?
Ranrock never found all of Bragbor's journals, but the ones he did find suggest that Bragbor at some point built a repository far greater in size than the one beneath Rookwood Castle. What you've discovered here today worries me deeply. If Ranrock learns of the location of that repository,
아저씨 진짜 배신하지 마세요.
I fear
코
we should be
꺾습니다.
destined for a great war. I will find out what Ranrock knows. Watch for my owl.
믿어야 되는데 눈이 존나 사악해가지고 이거 믿을 수가 없어. 아 그나저나 세바스찬은 또 왜 나한테 메시는 안 줘? 그럼 메인 퀘스트가 없는 상태 아닌가? 뭐야? 동생 바돌프 씨의 운명에 대해 이야기했다. 개 쓰잘데기 없는 퀘스트인데 이거? 교장 선생님 이야기. 다행히 메인 퀘스트 하나 있네요. 이 확실히 서브 퀘스트는 재미가 없는데 메인은 진짜 몰입감이 있는 것 같아요. 어디로 가야 하죠? 일로 바로 못 들어가나? 안 되네요. 아니 지도 내실로 근데 바로 갈 수 있을 텐데 나 빠른 이동 뚫어놨을 텐데. 존내게 멀잖아. 아까도 일로 들어갔던 것 같은데. 빨리 메인 깨야 돼. 이거 궁금해 미쳐. 랄록 드릴 사건이랑 앤의 건강 두 개가 제일 궁금해요. 필요의 방 옆에 있다고요? 아 그러면 나 괜히 걸어 나왔네? 뭐 어쨌든 거의 다 왔습니다. 이런데 원래 곱등이 존나 많을걸요? 이게 게임이라 그렇지? 지하에다가 습하고 바퀴벌레 천국이겠다. 아무튼 알려주셔서 감사합니다. 맞다 또 시험 내야지.
Welcome back.
반갑습니다.
Hello, Professor. I have news. The goblins are looking for something. Another repository. They've built drills to help with their search.
Most troubling.
Are these repositories like the broken container I found at Rookwood Castle?
They are. I fear we have no time to lose. Have a look at the map. Fortunately, the next trial is fairly nearby.
지체할 시간이 없다는데 왜 시험은 자꾸 내는 거야?
As you know, I was headmistress in my time. My portrait hangs in the headmaster's office. In fact,
그래요,
I
대단하십니다.
witnessed Professor Black learn of your arrival. And I'll confess that I wondered about you.
Wait, is the next trial in the headmaster's office?
It is. I had hoped that when the time came, the occupant of that office would be of help to us. Unfortunately, this headmaster seems wildly unconcerned with anything but himself.
교장이 없을 때를 틈타 교장실에 들어가라고요?
He's away.
아니 걸리면 퇴학이잖아.
Very well. I'll find some way to get in.
Good. I shall meet you in my portrait there. Until then.
아 이거 설마 자물쇠 스킬 더 올려야 되거나 그런 거 아니겠지?
Access to the headmaster.
나 자물쇠 스킬 올리기 귀찮아서 안 올릴 건데.
Perhaps Professor Fig will know what to do.
피그씨를 만나봐야겠구만. 피그씨 어디 있어? 일단 제 방 좀 가겠습니다. 잘 있었나 디크? 디크 캐스트 뒤지게 재미없어가지고 이제 안 할 생각입니다. 식별 좀 하고.
Nothing to identify.
뭐야, 있지 않았나? 그럼 나 괜히 왔네? 이 양반 천문탑에 있어? 어? 바로 앞이네? 피그 교수님 염색 좀 해드려야겠어. 나랑 너무 비슷해가지고 내가 아들 같잖아. 뭐야, 또 이렇게 돌아가야 돼? 교수님. 저 왔어요. 지금 한시가 급해요, 지금.
I hope Professor Fig, the keepers have shown me where the next trial is.
Has something changed?
Lodgok and I have learned that the goblins.
시험 장소가 교장실은 좀 아닌데
Like the one
이거.
we saw at Rookwood Castle, and I discovered that they're building massive drills to help in their search. Professor Fitzgerald seemed very concerned.
I see. Ranrock clearly knows even more than we suspected.
And sir, there's something else. Lodgok knew Miriam.
He knew Miriam?
They encountered each other at Rookwood Castle. She was doing research. That's where she found the container with the port key. He liked her so much that he let her leave with it, despite orders from Ranrock.
I don't know what to say. She could win over almost anyone.
아, 근데 로드곡이랑 엮인 사람이 다 뒤지는 것 같아가지고 이거 믿어도 될지 모르겠다.
But we've no time now. Where is the next trial?
Believe it or not, it's in the headmaster's office.
Incredible. All right. You'll need the password to get past.
교수님 뒤에 월석이 있네요.
The headmaster's house elf will know it.
I've actually met Scrope, but I'm not sure he'll tell me. He's rather devoted to the Black family.
He is. So you'll need a disguise. I have just the thing. A polyjuice potion. You'll look and sound like Professor Black.
Wait, doesn't Polyjuice Potion require a bit of the person you want to change into? And take ages
신체
to
일부가
It
필요하다?
does.
So how do you already have Polyjuice
그러게?
Potion to change into Professor Black?
One never knows when such a thing may come in handy. Let's just say I felt the need to be prepared for anything.
뭐 교장 선생님 발톱이라도 섞었나?
On his behalf. Now, time is of the essence. Drink up and I shall explain more.
개새끼 나한테 독약 줬어. 아, 아니구나.
How do you feel?
Incredible. I won't forget that taste anytime soon. How do I sound?
Convincing. I've taken the liberty of transfiguring your robes. As we discussed, you'll need the password from Scrope, who could be anywhere in the castle. You might look for Professor Kagawa. She's taken to badgering.
근데 외형이 바뀌었다고 해서 얘기해 줄까?
He can convince Black to change his mind. Thus far, unsuccessfully.
I see. But what if Professor Black sees me?
Leave him to me. I shall tell him where to meet a liaison from the ministry in Hogsmeade. That should give you plenty of time.
Thank you, Professor.
교수님이
I suppose we'll
제대로 시간 못 끌면 저
It's
퇴학이에요.
rather strange to hear gratitude coming from Professor Black. I'll see you there.
now to find the headmaster's house elf.
아니 이번 시험은 시험 보러 가는 곳 자체가 빡세네. 뭐 다행히 시간초 있거나 그런 거 같지는 않은데.
Do you have a moment, Professor?
아, 왜 그래요?
Professor, I was hoping to catch you.
Places to be, Professor Sharp. Places to be.
Of course, sir. Only you'd asked me about a particular potion, and well,
I did. I did.
나중에 얘기합시다. 나중에.
Well, spit it out, Sharp. I don't have all day.
probably best not to discuss it here, sir.
나중에.
I assure you, Sharp, You may speak freely.
가는데 말 걸고 지랄이야.
I've brewed the cure for boils you wanted. I can drop it by your office when it's convenient.
Of course, yes. No need for all the cloak and dagger. Simply have a student deliver it.
A student. Very well, sir, if you insist.
I do. And thank you, Sharp. I just hope you've brewed enough for all my boils.
아 이거 누가 알아보는 새끼 있는 거 아니야 이러다?
Determine which student gets this.
I haven't
뭐
time.
걸어갈 때마다 존나 말 걸 것 같은데?
None at all. Move aside.
아니겠지? 너 왜 거기 왜 서 있어? 말 걸지 마.
What could the headmaster want?
빨리 가 빨리.
If you must speak with me, consult
누가 말 걸기 전에.
secretaries or what have you.
Headmaster? Here, what could he want?
Has anyone seen my ivory-handled hand mirror?
Professor,
헤이 헤이.
a word? Professor Black? Again, it is not too late to reconsider your decision regarding Quidditch. We could still have trials and a somewhat shortened season. It would be better than none at all.
But the injury, Madam Kogawa.
Professor, more than one student has taken a bludger to the head on our pitch. I dare say it knocks some sense.
알았어요. 마음대로 하세요.
And they're fine now. The fact that it happened to be a pureblood, well, that's no reason to...
What nonsense! That you would trivialize the health of a student over a silly game.
A silly game? You are quite impossible sometimes, sir.
뭔가 이상하다고 느낄 것 같은데 다들.
Department of Magical Games and Sports at the Ministry about you.
마음대로 하세요.
Good idea. I can even provide the parchment should you need it. Now, where is my elf?
Parchment? Very well, I will, and with pleasure. And I spotted Scrope in the Great Hall. Seems to be avoiding me.
I wonder why. Good day, Madam Kogawa.
빨리 가 빨리 가.
What did we do to
제발 아무도 말 걸지 마.
Chewing with your mouth open? Where are your manners?
아니 스크럽 이 새끼 어딨어? 연회장이요? 연회장이 어딜까? 중앙계단, 천문학동, 종탑, 도서관. 여기다. 일단 빠른 이동은 안 되는 것 같고. 아니 근데 여기 찍는 게 자체가 안 돼 지금. 여기가 연회장인데 아주 개 같구만. 지금 마법도 못 쓰는 상태인데. 인사해 이 새끼들아. 교장 선생님 오셨다. 아이고 브로카님 알려주셔서 감사합니다. 진짜 도움 많이 됐습니다.
Stand proud, purebloods.
아 괜히 말하지마 들키니까. 왜 그래요? 오지 마세요.
Hello, Professor Black.
Ah, Professor Weasley. How delightful to see you.
Sir?
Since I have you here, I wonder if I might, speak with you about Professor Fig.
Oh, very well.
I've decided to give him a bit more, leeway with his time.
Leeway, Professor? Are you sure that's wise?
아이 그럼요. 현명한 판단이죠. 어딜 교감이 교장 말하는데 토를 달아.
Ah, well, yes. He's handling some official ministry business for me.
I see.
내가 이 학교 왕이야.
I am wary of how much time the new fifth year seems to be spending away from the castle, supposedly on Professor Fig's behalf. I've heard unsettling rumors of their escapades. Everything from sneaking into the Forbidden Forest to confronting
지금 얼마나 중요한 일들을 하고 있는데.
What? Goodness. You cannot believe everything you hear, Professor. No, you cannot. I mean, I shall keep an eye on Fig. You simply keep doing the wonderful job.
업무에 다른 일은 하지 마세요.
Simply wonderful.
아 이거 봐 의심하잖아.
But I'm happy to look into.
Good. That'll be all, Weasley. I mean, Professor Weasley. Good day.
가세요.
A wonderful job. Leeway for Professor Fig.
야, 의심한다. 빨리 들어가자.
That ought to give Professor Fig some breathing room.
Scrope's as hard at work.
Ahem.
Hey, Scrope!
Attention,
Hey!
student. Scrope!
Oh, greetings, Master.
Remind me of the password to my office.
Oh, but Master made Scrope swear.
맹세는 깨라고 있는 거다.
Even Master
네 대가리를 깨기 전에 말해. 감히 토를 달아?
How dare you question me? I've a mind to give you a matching set of ears.
와, 말하는 거 너무 싸가지 없다.
Yes, sir. Of course, sir. Scrope begs forgiveness. It is the Black family.
야, 이 정도로 잔인하게 말할 생각은 없었어.
Right. Of course.
Master does remember it.
좀 건망증이 심해서 말이야. 힘이 아닐까?
But certainly I remember. It's still stronger together, no?
아, 틀렸나 보다.
Has made Scrope laugh.
가문일까?
Of course I remember. It's the Black family reigns.
Is Master giving Scrope a test?
그럼
Pure bloods
다
forever.
재밌으라고 한 거지.
Close, Master. Scrope thinks Master is indeed.
항상 순수하게.
It is always pure.
Obviously.
And, of course, as Master knows, in
Yeah?
French.
Yes, of course. I order you to
갑자기
pronounce.
프랑스어요?
Oh, Master knows that Scrope's French is
투조르
most
피흐.
pitiful. Oh, very well. Toujours pure.
There is another matter, Scrope. I confiscated this filthy diary from a student. It smells of squid and seawater.
Oh, Apollonia's diary. That is quite a surprise, Master. What do you wish Scrope to do with this treasure? Rubbish.
Whatever you wish, Scrope. It's your treasure. Now, off with you.
됐다. 투조르 푸흐.
The polyjuice potion's wearing off. I best get out of sight.
갑자기 약효가 떨어져? 빨리 가. 언노 가.
Made it just in time. It's wearing off.
Fig was right. I can't believe it worked.
아, 마법도 못 쓰고 존내게 답답하네. 이제 교장실로 가면 되나? 아, 왜 또 만나지? 너랑 할 얘기 없는데. 존나 이상한 애네. 우리 포피는 내가 귀여우니까 만나줄게. 일단 교장실로 간다. 뒤지게 머네 그냥.